Have you got a passion project that lights you up but needs some more insider tips to take it to the next level? Bootstrap Banter is your new go to podcast. We are all about real talks, no fluff. Just actionable advice and inspiring stories from people like you who turn their passion into a thriving projects and then to startups. Whether you're just starting out or already on your way, we have got the strategies to help you push you through the roadblocks. In this series, you will hear real world strategies to grow without burning out or breaking the bank. Honest, no nonsense advices to help you level up your passion project. Whether it's marketing, scaling, or just finding the right directions, we are here to help you thrive. Book your strategy session today. Go to passionatepulse.com and contact, or just buzz us on WhatsApp or text us on 341 209 0102. That's passionatepulse.com, one stop shop for your bootstrap banter. Namaskar, welcome. Welcome to Passionate Pulse Podcast Bootstrap Banter series. In the Bootstrap Banter series, I discuss all the startup fundas that I'm implementing in my own passion project. And these are the same fundas that you can implement in your passion project to grow it from passion project to sustainable small business, or it could be the startup that you're looking forward to emerge with. These fundas are nothing but a great research compacted and presented to you. This is kind of a structural bone for your business that you want to implement so that you nourish and flourish that business, or you nourish or flourish your passion project with a great success in mind. Well, so today we are talking about the competitors analysis and why this is important. What are some of the hacks that you can do the competitor analysis? What are some of the AI tools that you can use it? Or what are some manual methods with which you can drive this competitor analysis? First of all, why do we need to do the competitor analysis? Especially when it's a passion project, especially it's the problem that is close to your heart. And that is what you're trying to, solve it to the solution that you think will do the best, or, the solution that you know that the market is seeking the best. First of all, any project that you're implementing or the problem that you're planning to solve with your solution, you have to make sure that there is a enough market exists to create a business around it. There is a customer for it, there is a market demand for it, whether you're doing it B2C or whether you're doing B2B, any sort of a business, there has to have a potential to grow in that space. The market should be big enough. Even though customer base can be small, but it should be a potential conversion that should happen. So all of it is important if you're looking forward to put your bootstrap resources to this passion project. In order to validate that, the way you will validate your product market fit idea, so does you want to do the competitive analysis. Doing the competitors analysis can first of all give you a validation that there is a market exists, there are different sort of solutions that exist. That means this is a market worth putting a try on. And sometimes you have to draw the line between two solutions in order to withstand your competition and also sell your product or sell your solutions or sell your services. So that's where the competitor analysis comes in a handy. If I look at competitor analysis, and if I have to give you a metaphor or analogy for that matter, then I think it's like trying out ice cream toppings. You go to ice cream shop and there are tons of toppings lying, but you don't know which one to go with. If you're picking the strawberry flavor ice cream, should you go with almond toppings, or should you go with some different nuts topping, or should you go a completely different sort of a toppings that includes tutti frutti or kind of a jelly, or maybe it's a chocolate chips or something else. You don't know what's going to taste better, right? So what you would generally do, you would first try out certain toppings as a sampler and see how do they taste. And then you will try to see whether that fits with what type of a flavor that you're taking. See, you never know whether all toppings are going to work that great with the ice cream that you like to have it. But at least you know that there is a fair enough chances with the toppings added on your ice cream flavor. It's something that is palatable, which is digestible to you. Probably it's not exactly what you hope for, but at least you won't end up with the ice cream that no one wants, right? So that's where this competitor analysis, I think, the analogy that I can, relate to give you that, why you need to create the perfect strategy for your business where, you work here with the ice cream topping wise or ice cream by ice cream, I can say. So the competitive analysis is a set of tactics, that you want to identify, analyze, and understand your industry competitions. Also, it helps you uncover your own strengths sometimes, What are your strengths where your solution is probably going to be outlasted or provide the quality result that's not existing in today's market? What sort of weaknesses that, your solution has or your passion project is, kind of struggling with? With this business and marketing strategies, you can figure out how people are positioning their own product in the space where you want to crawl on, or what type of strategies you want to refine, where exactly your opportunities are lying, how will you sort those opportunities and get a competitive edge in the market where you are looking forward to add all your bootstrap resources to grow your passion projects. So it is one of the very key skeleton that I think one should use, apply while doing the product market fit. And this can help you create your own business plan, create your own SWOT plan that any business would like to have it on their business canvas. So, what sort of analysis you can do? Let's start with some of the basic fundas. Understand from this goal point of view, target the competitive analysis in terms of analyzing yourself and finding out the opportunities where you want to move forward with. So that is an extremely important step versus getting into the analysis paralysis step. You don't have to analyze too many things with your competitor, but at least analyze fair enough trends, fair enough solutions so that you stand the competition, and tomorrow there is a need in the market, people can bank on your solution. So that's where you want to examine the competitors and gain insights, especially for the external factors that can directly affect your businesses. So that's where you want to have this adjustable strategy analysis module where you kind of stay ahead of the curve. Well, fair enough. So, when we say the competitor analysis, what you could really improve based on the market, based on the existing solutions that you have. And that something can become your USP if you don't have a USP yet, or you don't know, or you're struggling to find a USP in your passion project. So sometimes this analysis can help you create, or it can help you give you that vision where you can ballpark where exactly you stand today. So honestly, a lot that goes beneath the competitive analysis. I can definitely unfold few steps for you that you can take it by yourself, or some of the tools that you can make use of and get your hands dirty on those tools and try to see whether you get enough data for summary, or there are services that are available which specifically come and help you do this competitive analysis. Passionate Pearls definitely help such kind of projects and definitely help you with this kind of services where people want to find out how they can evaluate their product market fit, or how they can perform the competitive analysis and gain their own SWOT analysis done to create their own business canvas. So if you need certain guidance on this, if you need certain strategy sessions booked on it, feel free to go to passionatepulse.com and book your strategy call and see whether that is something is helpful for you. If you are someone who don't have a time to do your own analysis, product market fit, and you need a team to work with you, we are here to help you. So let's get back to the track of competitive analysis and let's identify what are the significant areas where you want to get done the competitive analysis. First of all, understanding the landscape and positioning. This is where your business stands compared to your competitions. And this is where you want to position yourself as a unique product, unique solution, unique service that you're trying to build. So the landscape analysis is something that you want to do it. Another thing is the offerings. Evaluate the range and quality of products or the services that are already there in the market and what you're planning to offer. Is it similar? Is it different? Is it have a better quality? Is it has a better efficiency? Does it have any performance indicators that you can position your product based on the service offerings that exist today? Take a close look at the pricing strategy. Understand where your competitors' pricing models are today. Do they have any sort of strategies implementing? Like, do they have seasonal sales coming in? Do they have different coupons coming in? Do they have the loyal customer base that is revolving around and they are the ones who are getting some different tier exemptions or some different tier coupons? So you want to analyze this and see, what all you can implement in your own services, own product. And at the same time, also ballpark the price line. When it comes to selling any product, services or solutions, it is very essential to make that product fairly priced. So suppose you're just making a handmade soap. If your handmade soap is too expensive for the market that you're building or for the target audience that you're building, probably you're not gonna get enough customers because it is expensive product. And let's say there are multiple handmade soap products that exist in the market which are made with the organic ingredients, which are using quality ingredients, and also it is giving them the right kind of a fragrance, or no flair, or no artificial ingredients added. Then to withstand with that competition, you have to be fairly priced, otherwise it's gonna pinch customers pocket towards the end of the day, and you're not gonna have sustaining customer base created. So you have to have attention on this pricing strategy. Your product can be world class product today, but it should also sell world class, and that's how you're going to get the market. Think about the SaaS product ideas. The SaaS products or SaaS services, they charge very minimal on a monthly basis or a retaining basis model, but their game is not based on the price. Their game is based on the user, the number of users that they're attracting, and the type of service that they're scaling. Certain services or products are one-time buying type of a solutions. Some of the online memberships you can consider, some of the premium lead customer for the product you can consider, or some of the credit card lines you can consider, which is offering certain amount of shops under their umbrella to shop around and give you some huge discounts or cashbacks towards the end of the year. So those are sort of the strategies that you want to pay attention to and see where you are heading with your own product line, or how you're pricing your solutions around it. Then think about the marketing strategy. Analyze how your competition in the market today are marketing their products, what channels they are using, which channel is getting mostly used, which channel is kind of driving them the right kind of a traffic. So you see sort of similar consumer base is consuming which all channels, in consuming what all strategies, or where they are falling, whether they are consuming some ads or sponsored products, whether they are consuming some niche marketing that can go with a number of channels, such as a explicit TV show or a radio show, explicit podcast line, explicit newsletter line, exclusive email list that they're building, or it could also be simply coming across on right digital footprints where people search with the keywords, and there are kind of blogs popping up to get them ahead with the funnel or things like that. So you have to analyze that marketing strategy and see whether there are some effective ways that you can avail based on your capacity today, and some of the strategies that you want to implement in your next phases as and when you have a budget to shell on. For example, you want to spend on advertising or the sponsor results for the Google or the other social medias where your consumer is, but probably you're not at the right spot to spend that much amount on the marketing. Then maybe you want to guess out for, the blogs where you can use the right keywords, and certain keywords after searching, consumer is landing to your blogs or to your pages or to your websites. Think about these creative strategies and plan the phases accordingly, and see how much budget that you want to decorate around it. Find out the customer engagements, where exactly the effective engagements are coming. What are the communication strategies that you want to take with your existing customers or future customer base that you want to build? What are the existing market channels that are giving this profound engagement? You really want to find out whether it's some of the discussion forums where you want to go and start this engagement, whether it's some sort of an event where you get your customer driven to. There are various channels that we can discuss, but idea is go and do the competitive analysis with the products or solutions that exist in the market and see what they're availing today, to give you a fair enough idea, about the budgets that you want to engage for these kind of activities to create your brand awareness. And also see the type of user experience that today your existing market solutions are giving it to your consumer or giving it to your customer base. Are there any problems? Are there any still pain points that have not been solved, and your product or your service or your solution can do that best? Well, that's a bingo. That is your USP then. Then, you want to structure or you want to position your product, solution, services, anything that you are building with your passion project, facing that pain point, finding that problem, projecting it, and finding your solution as a hero to it. You need to do this mapping well, pinpoint to solution, problems to solution, or services or retainer basis engagement that you're trying to offer for creating an amazing user experience along with the right quality solution that you're providing. Also see, what is the current market customer feedback about certain services and products which are your direct competitors. Analyze customer reviews. There are Google reviews, there are Yelp reviews, there are people who are talking about the services on different discussion forums, certain type of blogs. Just go and find out the feedback and gain insight on your competitor's strength, the areas of improvement that the customers are looking out. The simple way to look at if certain competitor is on Amazon or some online shopping models, if you're selling any product, go and just read the reviews and see where somebody is talking about a great service, great product, and then what are the type of weaknesses that certain customers are talking or complaining or whining. So you want to get there and, gather this feedback. Now, somebody asked me when I talk about these fundas, these are most likely some online solution based fundas or a product or a solution where digital marketing or digital footprints exist. What happens to certain services which cannot be captured with a big banner sort of a thing? Simple handyman services, for that example. Somebody is very passionate about fixing a lot of things in the home and they want to start a small business and they're not at a place where, they want to pour a lot of money to create the digital footprints. What happens to them? Well, in that case, I don't know if your services you're offering on which portal, but inherently you're consuming some or the other portal to advertise your services. There could be Thumbtack or there could be different apps where you are advertising your services. Then in that case, just go and find out the typical services that you are offering that somebody else is offering and see where do they stand with, where do the competition stand with. If you are an individual fitness trainer and you just want to cater to the individual personal style coaching and max to max you can have just website portal setup, then see where you can go ahead with it, build your email list and gather some more reviews for yourself. But at the same time, just gain an insight with similar to your profile, other fitness trainers, what they are doing, which portals they are on. And these kind of, analysis, which where you can probably, shell small amount from your pocket to do the competitive analysis by yourself or with the help of some other services that exist out in the world. But you're going to get fair enough ideas that, these are the number of channels where you want to be, where you want to start with, or these are the sort of free portals that you can easily avail and use it. Or there are certain commission based portals that you want to go forward with. So there are tons of ways that you can do that, even if it's very, very small passion project that you want to grow with. So these are the fundas. Basically, you can take it and implement it for a very small amount of fees that you will pay towards. But look at the result that you're going to gain out of it. You are immediately going to get a differentiator parameters. You are immediately gain exposure to different channels that you have not thought about or that probably not consumed that information till then. So all those things start opening up. And when you're building something on your own as a solopreneur, as a passion project leader, or as a startup entrepreneur, you're already consumed with a lot of bandwidth to build your core services, to build your own products, to build your own sales pipeline. So you're already consumed with enough number of tasks. And you don't know whether you're heading in the right direction unless and until you take a step back and do this kind of analysis. So this is nothing but a delta amount of time and probably a small portion of fees that you're looking out to spend for certain AI tools to do it by yourself, or maybe you want to hire someone to get this done. But that is something is going to give you the business trajectory that you have not thought about it. And that's an exponential gain that you can gain or that you can, achieve by doing these small steps. And that's where these bootstrap fundas I'm trying to share with you. Any sort of an industry, any sort of a passion project, this is the exact skeleton you want to go ahead when you are starting out big or when you're trying to scale up and make that as your sustainable lifeline. So now the question comes, how do you exactly do the competitive analysis? And there are many steps that you can take, as you might have guessed, based on the type of sectors, based on the type of parameters that I just suggested to you. It's definitely a huge task, but exactly how to do it and how this bootstrap fund does help you. Well, in terms of the amount of information that you'll have to process and the type of resource it requires, I definitely understand that it becomes an overwhelming process in itself. But think at a very strategic way or just take a step back and do one step at a time whenever you are heading it in the direction and view these activities as a part of your strategy plan. You should definitely analyze many different aspects of a certain product or the solution that you're planning to build. Through the target market research, which is the foundation of the competitor data, you can get more of analysis done very easily. So your first job is to do this research. Before proceeding with some of the steps, I'd like to remind you one thing, that it's not about copying any of your competitor solutions. It's all about taking your own steps to figure out what you're catering. It's something that you want to position it in a very unique way. Also offer something that does not exist in certain areas. See, you're not going to create a solution that is a way out of the league of your competitors. That's possibly not gonna be done. But what is possible in the cases is you might identify certain areas where you stand really tall, and that's the area you want to position around. That's the area of messaging that you want to build around, so that you can withstand your competition and still make a difference. Gaining these solutions, or understanding what your competitors are offering, you can differentiate your processes and your product and services in terms of your weaknesses and strength, and focusing on your strength, you can do much more business versus focusing on your weakness and trying to tighten those screws. Example, if I have to portray the simple example, the place where you live, within the 10 miles of radius, how many restaurants that you see? Let's say you love to eat a certain type of cuisine. Then in that certain type of a category, let's put it in a words, you like to eat a Thai food, okay? Then within 10 miles of radius where you live, how many Thai restaurants do exist? Well, there probably could be, two, three, or it could also be 5 to 7, depending on the type of a city, depending on the type of a area you are in. Whether you are in a business area of the core city, you are looking out probably 10 to 15 restaurants within 10 miles of restaurants in the same category, right? Or if it's a residential area, still the chances of that you will hit minimum 3 to 5. So in that case, how these three restaurants are actually differing with each other. Are you going to the same restaurant all the time? Or you're going to a specific restaurant for a specific dish? Then that becomes their USP, that becomes their strength. So take this same analogy to your passion project and see, although you cannot differentiate with your competitor with a whole lot of sweet, but what are some of the areas that you can focus and build a strategy around it or build your positioning around it? And that is the way you can stay ahead of the curve. Are you planning to deliver a different sort of an experience to your user? Are you planning to deliver a solution for the problem that has not solved enough? Or are you planning to hit a very, very crowded space of a solution and you're planning to market based on the pricing strategy? For example, the beauty services. There are a lot of beauty services that are available in town. But certain beauty services you need not be charging high, but you can charge less and gain more customers. $1 less and still you have a great service delivered to someone. So think about this in your passion project. It could be solution that you're building through tech, or it could be a solution that you're building through non-tech. This analysis is gonna give you an upper hand to move forward with your bootstrap project. So this is nothing but defining your strength and weaknesses. That is what the relation that you should have it in your mind. And it's not like whole lot of research and just getting lost with the research and feeling weak, but rather you have to have that in mind, that this is what you're offering, this is what you can do, this is what you cannot do, and now step ahead and do the competitors analysis. That's where you're gonna get a great edge at your business. Similarly, discover and adjust your strategies accordingly to increase your fair price market share, because you want to gain a certain type of a share in the market based upon the strategies that you are planning to move around. For example, you are creating something, a very solid, very qualitative product, but for that product, you also have to price it a little higher than what your other competitors are probably selling it. Then, in that case, how do you differentiate or how do you satisfy your palette of delivering the quality solution? You have to understand it is very possible that the consumer is going to try out those products very often. And probably they're not going to think about much to spend a coffee cost or probably a burger cost for that service or a product. But your service or your product is little pricey than a coffee cost or a burger cost that a fast food can serve for. You are probably looking at a competition where little mid-scale fast food chain, the organic style comes into the picture, and that's where your product line is standing true. Then you have to understand probably you're not gonna get a fair market share. Let's say instead of a 10% of a market share, you might just gain 5% of a market share for your product. But then your price point is covering that rest of the delta rather than attracting the consumer base for that lower price. And once your product is gone to the consumer, they convert it as a loyal customers to you. Because certain products are something that they can use it for a short amount of time. Whereas your product is giving them a better shelf line in terms of a use, in terms of a consumption, or in terms of a health, whichever problem that you're solving. So, you have to build this strategy to increase your market share. At the same time, you also have to get a fair enough judgment where you cannot cross the lines, right? Sometimes it is just not possible that you can offer at a very low price what your competitors are attracting the customers for because your solutions are providing a much more quality than the other people. So initially you might not gain the right fare of a customer base, but then eventually it's going to be a snowball effect for your market share. And you have to keep that in mind. You have to build your strategy around, you have to position your product in the market accordingly and move around. So I think till now, whatever that I have talked about, the competitor analysis, why you should do it, how you should look at it, I think it's getting little clear in your head. If not, shoot out an email to Pranali at passionatepulse.com and help me understand what exactly are the parts that you're looking forward to unfold more. And then we are here to help. If you're looking forward for certain services who can get this competitive analysis of the product market fit for you, definitely book a strategy call on passionatepulse.com or simply write to me on Pranali at passionatepulse.com and we can place one discussion call around to see, what kind of help that you need in order to boost your business. Well, so far all clear? Great. Now let me guide you through the exact framework that you can take and how you can do it manually or where exactly you can pair up with the AI solution. Finding the competitions, I think that's really a no-brainer, especially in the world of internet where you can simply do the Google search and find out what kind of solutions exist for this particular problem. For example, let's say you're a fitness coach and you're looking out to sell your services for an individual or the family based fitness training that you want to do, or maybe it's a small group based training that you want to do. Simply Google search in your local area who all the fitness trainer exist. What are their price points? How they look forward to, where they're marketing. Just do the Google search on the fitness trainer, local fitness trainer that I want to hire for individual or family based. What are the keywords that pops up to your mind based on the services that you're offering? And you're going to get something, go. You will find some solutions, you'll find some result through it. And I think the search engine does a fabulous job of finding the competitors, right? So start by typing these most keywords and add some more relevance to your product, business, or service that you're planning to cater and see what comes up. For example, let's say, if you are competing in the athlete business where you're adding some products around the athletes, just see what are the Nike competitors, what are the Puma competitors, or what are some Skechers competitors, and that different type of athlete brands are serving what, right? So you get some alternatives to those. You can also get some smaller alternatives that exist in the market, right? Skechers is a great competition that arises actually. Although there were established brands like Nike, Puma, and others, the Skechers created its own footprint by adding the right price point, by converting the user around daily use and not exactly the athlete use. So look how they position themselves when they wanted to emerge into the market, right? So find those alternatives and see what they are offering. Also look at the search keywords with the top brands. For example, you are looking out to buy a camera. What are some of the top camera brands that you can buy to do your animal photography or do the nature photography, or you want to do some portrait photo shoot? Just add some of these keywords and see what comes up. The other easy word is finding out the best service or the solution for your need. For example, you're looking out a camera purchase, right? Then what is the best camera for vlogging? What is the best camera for portrait photo shoot? Something like that. So then the relevant search comes up, and then you can look at those results, analyze those results organically, and also see which are the competitions are actually adding the paid ads. You always get results in the Google search with the sponsored ads, right? Initial results are those because, somebody has paid to that. The search engine is kind of acting up there and giving a little edge to the advertisers and giving them ranking or boosting those terms. And you're likely to find something that your competitors have, right? So these are the results that you want to get it. But remember, the search engine results probably are not categorized result. You'll have to take some more efforts to do those categorization. If you ask me what are the tools that I can use for categorization, if I have to do the manual analysis of categorization, I generally use two tools. One is Notion and another is Creately. In that you can inbuild a database, you can add a lot of things, and you can do side by side comparisons. Let's say you put one page of putting down certain data, another page for putting down certain data, and now those two pages that you want to get it into your database side by side and start comparing. There is also the AI summary that your Notion can provide you. Even for the free tier, I believe there are good number of AI summaries that you can extract. Of course, with the paid plan, you get a lot of data, categorize, summarize, and do tons of stuff with Notion you can do. Similarly, with the Creately, you can do the similar part. Creately, it's slightly for the higher tech savvy users that I can say, versus the Notion is a very easy to use for the people who are not looking to carve out more. For example, they're not looking forward for the flowchart type of a thing. Although in the Notion you can do the flow charting, but not ready to do the whiteboarding with remote teams. Then in that case, the Creately helps. So there are many products out there which can help you pour this data from the search engine and help you analyze and categorize. If you don't know what is Notion, what is Creately that I'm talking about, certainly download the handbooks that are there on the passionatepulse.com, which are easy to use. And you can find out those tools information. Or additionally, I am providing the description links for the podcast. Whoever is tuning into different sort of the podcast mediums, they can see the description box and tune into those product lines and see whether those are the products that you want to use it for your competitive analysis. If you don't want to invest in some of the AI tools, then probably these are some manual steps that you want to definitely get your job done. So your job is to divide these businesses into categories, check the relevant information, and see what analysis you can do based on the type of a customers, type of the industry, the share of voice that your competition is currently having. Well, just imagine yourself as the potential customer looking for your products or services and search for that terms, related with your business niche, and look forward to the particular analysis that comes out with that particular eye. And I would give you one more tip. If you're looking out to create your search based competition analysis, then do use the incognito mode. Otherwise, what will happen is your search engine will consider your previous searches. If you do it in the incognito mode of your browser, then probably you're going to get the fresh results without understanding your persona or your style of a search, and you're going to get the targeted results out of it. So that is another way. Again, as I said, like with the search engine, you want to see the Google ads. See where your competition is, pouring money for SEO positioning, the type of a sponsored result that they want to bring in. And you might want to follow the same process once your product is out, your solution is out, and take an advantage from these ads and, which are not organic results. So, but nevertheless, you are coming across to your consumer in a very visible way and you want to get that thing done. So that is one thing where you can start your competitor analysis and use tools like Notion and Creately to create your own database, to use their own the AI summary modules. Even for the free tiers they exist and even for the paid plan they exist. So you can make use of those and get ahead of your curve. Another great method for discovering your competition and the type of things that you're doing is the competitor monitoring tools. There are plenty of monitoring tools that exist to do the direct competitor analysis. For example, there is one as Brand24, which is a media monitoring tool that allows you to track and analyze public mentions of your brand. It offers the AI brand assistant feature that works great with that purpose. Or you can simply type the questions and it's gonna give you amazing result. For example, if you're looking out, the sales intelligence, then there is a tool called as apollo.io, that does the sales intelligence and engagement platform with the competitive analysis module. It provides you the insights on your competition sales strategies, the customers targeting. It does the sales data analysis, market segmentation. It also helps you even with the email campaign and outreach analysis that you want to do it. Then there is a tool called as Brand Watch, that provides this kind of a social listening. It's one of the very interesting area that you want to do the competitor analysis. This particular tool does the social listening and the market research capabilities to analyze what your consumers are saying about your competition rather than going with the rabbit hole of finding the reviews, collecting them in particular project tool, and then running the summary around it. These tools can just spot right trends, provide you the assess sentiments, the market sentiments. It can give you that tracking and trends, and this is like a very easy job. There is another AI powered platform that I like to talk about is a NetBase Squid. It does the competitive intelligence and provides you the consumer insights. It analyzes your data from various sources that includes even the social media, news, press releases, even to the patents to help you monitor about your competition and the trends in your industry. This is a great way to find the product benchmarking for the solution that you are planning to cater or that exists. Even it gives you a forecasting capability for the trends that are moving with. And I think these are some of the tools that you want to definitely think about using it if you don't want to avail whole lot of suite of tools to your own portfolio, because this is not your major job. Doing the competitive analysis is not your core solution that you're doing. Then probably you can definitely look out for certain services who can help you get done this job, and they have all these AI tools handy in their portfolio. They can make use of these tools to provide you the right crux and giving the right intelligence to give you this competitive analysis and put you far ahead in the curve. There are crux intelligence named AI driven platform that I like to bring attention to, which is business intelligence tool, which enables the competitive and a market analysis using some natural language processing, where users can ask questions in a very plain language and get AI generated insights. Very easy to use product as such. But again, as I said, like if you're looking forward for this kind of products, you have to pay certain amount of fees to get the right analysis done. Then some more tools that I like to mention. One is a similar web, that provides insights into your competitors' web traffic, online engagements that it is doing, the referral sources that it is using. And it is ideal for benchmarking and identifying your digital marketing trends that exist today. And it can give you a direction where you want to head up with, whether it's a website traffic or the ranking analysis that you want to work with, or whether it's an audience behavior and engagement metrics that you want to drive with, and finding out the right channels where you want to go ahead and crawl those spaces digitally. SEMrush is another robust SEO based digital marketing tool, which is also offering you the competitive analysis related to search ranking, advertising, and content market strategy. It can help you do the gap analysis the way you're planning to position your product, it can help you do that gap analysis. So these are some of the ways, which you can get competitive analysis done. What I like to focus on is when you're getting this done, make sure your research is about the customers first, because your customers are the gold mines of knowledge. Forget about whether you're using these AI products or not. Before even getting into that deep search, figure out what your customers are talking about, what they have done, how they're planning to solve their problem. Just tap into that knowledge, and that also can give you enough bandwidth or enough gauge on the competitor market analysis. What sort of options that they want to consider, what sort of features made them stick with certain services or sway away from certain products. So those are the type of things that you want to look at, and go to your direct customers, get certain surveys done, get some polls done on different social media platforms, and gather that kind of a data, which can also give you enough hints where your product should be heading to, what you are planning to cater to. Just ask these questions and schedule something from your calendar to collect the customer data directly, indirectly, and finding out these competitors, right? So these are like some of the easy ways that I told. Definitely. When you're looking out to do the competitor analysis, you would definitely do the straight away direct competition that exists, the similar product that you want to cater and everything. But remember, apart from the primary competitors, you also have secondary competitors and also have the tertiary competitors always in the market. Secondary competitors are the ones which are the businesses that sell the products in the similar category. For example, you're looking out a beer making company and a wine making company. Both serve different sort of beverages. They're not direct competitors, but towards the end, they're giving similar result to the customer that they're looking forward to. Or maybe a coffee to tea, right? Tea is not a direct competition with the coffee, but hot tea and hot coffee comes into the category where consumer wants a hot beverage to consume at a particular time. Then you want to do that analysis if you are planning to create a tea special shop. Where exactly you want to head? How you want to head up? For the hot beverages, how you want to position, how you want to structure, the type of a business hours that you want to schedule, the type of a price point that you want to, bring it around. Or if you're serving different sort of luxury teas, are you giving them the relaxing experience? Then is it a time of a late evening where you want to have your shop open? Is it a exclusive service that you're providing where your consumer just wanna buy that experience and they're ready to shell some extra amount from their pocket to get that experience done? Then you wanna, structure your shop accordingly, structure your real estate around and decor and vibes. So there are so many nuances that you can get around just by doing the secondary competitor analysis. And the tertiary competitors are the ones where, business are not direct your competitors, but they have a potential to become your future competitors. For example, think about the McDonald's. It was a fast food shop which was serving burgers or, sandwiches or something that can satisfy customers' hunger. But slowly they emerged into the coffee shop market as well, right? Today, they are direct competitors with the Starbucks in terms of selling the coffee. There is a huge consumer base which is crazy for McDonald's coffee versus Dunkin' Donuts coffee or Starbucks coffee. There are different local shop cafes that exist, right? These are the people try to have a gauge on in order to scale up your business or, get that great trajectory in your business. Of course, tertiary competitors come into the play when you already have an established business or you want to scale up ahead. But prior to that, you want to focus on primary and secondary and structure something around to get your analysis done and move ahead. Another thing is check publicly available data for doing your competitor analysis. Go and crawl competitors' websites, find out how they're bringing their products, their product catalogs, their content strategy, the type of user experience that they're trying to drive, their management structures, or the history and the business values that they're changing. Are they rebranding it often or have they rebranded it? On what basis they rebranded it? What was the positioning style look around? So there is tons of data that you can just get by just going onto their websites or by crawling the social media profiles. And I think I listed enough number of tools that you can make use of to do this kind of analysis. But if those are not your options, and also buying a service from outside is not an option to you, you might want to look out these are the areas that you can do it by yourself and use a project management tool like Notion or Creately and gather that data and summarize it for yourself. Get the business databases such as there is a Bloomberg terminal, there are many other newses, there are many other discussion forums where such databases can provide you the insights on certain financial health of the market, the strategic priorities for the particular solutions that you're looking forward to create or that exist similar to yours. Find out what are the press releases and the news articles that are there, to get updated with the latest developments and some of the partnerships or product launches that are happening. And you might also want to avail this channel when the time comes to position your solutions or services. And also to mention, Passionate Pulse definitely does this PR and media work for you. If you want to get certain press releases done for yourself or get some more media exposures, we are here to help you. You wanna just go ahead on passionatepulse.com, book your strategy call, or just write to info@passionatepulse.com and gather some information where we can help you with your bootstrap banter. Also do the market research and find out some reports. Like there are enough number of reports that exist today. Gartner is the best report where you can check your competitors' market positioning. And again, certain reports are free, but I think one or two, maybe three reports are free with the Gartner. But there are, if you need more, probably you need to, pay certain cost or become the subscriber of Gartner and get those reports done for yourself. You can review multiple platforms and analyze how the customer satisfaction and the service experiences is driving. So there are immense number of tools that exist. I also listed some of them. But if you're someone who cannot do it by yourself, you might want to avail the services. And one name that I can absolutely ask to vouch on is a Passionate Pulse. Go to passionatepulse.com and see whether there are certain services that you can avail from us that can help you create your bootstrap project very well without getting bankrupt and providing the best value in the market. Examine the products and services, examine how your competition is doing, what type of technology that they're using to build their product, to market their product, or is there kind of a front door where they are creating some online ordering system around. Think about a Panera is a great example, I feel, that make use of a technology in their fast food services, and it was one of the earliest one to implement the kiosk style ordering, the mobile app style ordering, where they have done an amazing job. I think Panera is a one in terms of a competitive analysis, gap analysis, and then building the business. Also, they have done a phenomenal job. There are many examples that I can give you when it comes down to the businesses that have done good with the competitive analysis. Spotify, it's my favorite. Spotify has faced enough competition and services from Apple Music, Pandora Music at that time, and another traditional musical sales that exist. But instead of replicating their models, they were very smart. After doing the competitive analysis, they have not replicated their model. Rather, they conducted the analysis of this all music streaming platforms in the market and differentiated themselves very well by creating what was not existing in the market. They started with the personalized playlist. They started the freemium model, where they offer a free tier with ads, though, for attracting the users. And then if they get annoyed with the ads, they're going to be a paid customers anyways later on. Unlike what Apple Music was prior, which was paid only service, right? So they break that model with the freemium model that they curated. And look at today, the Spotify is the largest music streaming platform. A lot of artists want to go and publish their music where there is an enough audience to gain the attention to the latest albums and even to the smaller artists. They're gaining a huge popularity over there. And there are 500 million monthly users currently. So this is the way you wanna, work with the competitive analysis and differentiate yourself. Who knows? Probably after doing this, you can come up with certain strategies in line, or you can curate a service in a line where you can become pioneer in the industry or creating that breakthrough pattern wherever you want to position your product, whichever industry that you are in. But essentially, after conducting this deep analysis and research, you get a fair enough ballpark to move in the very, very unique zone. And that's where, your vision can withstand, or you can, build around that you have not thought about. So that's where taking these strategic moves can give you a great shape in your business, especially when you are starting out new, especially when you want to locate a lot of bootstrap resources to this project. I think it will make a fair enough judgmental line and give you a right direction rather than creating some haphazard experiments and then burning your hands. There are a couple of more products maybe I can suggest you built with and vaporizers. That also helps you discover the technology behind the products that they're using. Also, help you look at the type of technology that you want to avail if you're building a tech product. The other simple way is what your competition is kind of using certain type of strengths or skills or technology or even the type of skills that they are making their product or enhancing their product and solutions. Just go to your competitor's website, find out what are the job listings that they're doing. Just read those job description, analyze that data, and then you will know what are the strengths that they are looking forward in terms of hiring their resources. And that's what you want to focus and how you can make use of, certain strength that way. So there are some easy ways that you can work through for marketing enough number of channels that we have discussed, starting with the affiliate programs to even going and targeting your niche marketing with the newsletter to email campaigns, to even going over the podcast and building that trusted relationships and authenticity, or reaching out to different media outlets, creating your own buzz around with the press releases or, getting some PR efforts that also help. If you are looking forward for some PR efforts to be done, Passionate Pulse has that service in their portfolio, and we can definitely help you out flourish your bootstrap project with a right sort of a positioning, right sort of creating the authenticity, right sort of trust building that should happen with your customer base. But remember, in order to create all that, your core service, your core product has to stand tall to make sure that the buzz created around is real. Otherwise, no PR agency is going to do the right buzz for you, and they cannot curate the messaging around that you're looking forward to. So you have to build something which is solid as a core solution. And for that, competitive analysis, product market fit are the ways to go. I think we talk enough about, what type of things that you can do, monitoring, analyzing your competition and staying ahead of the curve. Let me know how this episode has turned out to you. Have you gained more insights on how to do the competitive analysis by your own? If you don't want to avail third party services, I'm sure I have given you enough hints, enough skeleton to do it by yourself. If you are someone who like to experiment by yourself and if you have time and resources to devote it, I think whatever that I have given you will definitely put you ahead of the curve and make your SWOT analysis done in a very strong way. Make your business canvas design in a great way. If you yourself cannot do it, go to an expert, whichever that you trust. Or if you want to know certain services, definitely Passionate Pulse is the one where you can get this suite of services, starting with the media PR marketing to even doing bootstrap validations for you with the competitive analysis with the product market fit, and also provide you the right marketing strategies that you can avail to create your own buzz. So stay tuned to Bootstrap Banter series and let me know what next you would like to hear in terms of flourishing your own bootstrap project. And make sure you take out your time, you take out your weekends, you take out your nights or evenings, wherever you want to pour your energy to bring your passion project alive. What is the life that will go with the regrets of not doing something? Whereas, what's the life that you have tried, experimented, and given a justice to your heart that was always waiting for it. Stay tuned and stay passionate. Are you ready to amplify your voice and grow your business or a personal brand? Imagine reaching thousands of listeners, sharing your passion and making an impact all through your very own podcast. Join our upcoming workshop, Podcasting 101. Visit passionatepulse.com/workshops and do secure your spot today. Discover how Milap, India's leading crowdfunding platform, is making it easier for its 0.32 million US donors to give back. From donor advised funds to corporate donation matching, explore the simple ways to make a difference with just a click. Visit milap.org to learn more about how you can make a difference where it matters the most.